don't forget the matches that you will see. We will have a first blood match. Damon Windsor will go up against Kevin Morgan. First blood, people. Then we have a dog collar chain match. The Bronze Bull and Neil. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your weekly dose of adrenaline. Welcome to IZW. My name is CM Burnham. We are 1 week away on the journey to Coronation. 1 week away from the 11th anniversary celebration of the greatest wrestling federation in the state of Oklahoma. Tonight, we will see you exactly what happens as we take those last steps on the way towards Coronation that we are going to open up tonight. Spotlighting the 5 people who will be participating in the Impact X match. This individual, however, is not one of those people, although he has made it clear he wishes that he was. As we will see
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Coming to the ring first, he is the founder of the Get Like Vinny production line, Vinny!
The head of the Get Like Vinny product line. Vinny, apparently all the health supplements and dietary supplies have done him no good when it comes to getting his way into that Impact X match and getting what he believes he deserves. And that is an opportunity at your new, that is correct, I said new Impact Division champion, Lights Out Jordan Jacobs. If you did not tune in last week, you missed Jordan Jacobs upsetting the Brass Bull Bobby Starr and beginning his 3rd Impact Division championship reign. But next week, that reign could be ended. Actually, tonight, that reign could be ended very early because there will be a rematch between Bobby Starr and Jordan Jacobs. And then the winner of that match will have to put that championship high above the ring. And this man right here will be one of the 5 men that will be competing in that match against whoever the champion is.
He is big, bad, and sexy, Angel Camacho!
2 weeks ago, Angel Camacho making a very surprising return and coming to the assistance of Skylar Faden. It was a side of Angel Camacho that, quite frankly, none of us had ever seen before, as he made a clear and concise statement right there in the ring saying, look, I don't tolerate bullies. I was bullied as a kid, and that's what led me to become the big, bad, and sexy person I am today. So I gotta say, I mean, we know that there has been in the past a familial connection between these 2 people, but I gotta say I'm a little confused because even then they didn't really get along. And speaking of people that you're not gonna get along with, Damon Morte on his way to the ring.
And their opponent is the nemesis, Damon Morte!
Damon Morte has been promised by his sometimes friends, sometimes associates, sometimes I'm not sure what their relationship is, Guy Atticus, that tonight Guy Atticus will reveal exactly who it was back in 2013 that hit Damon Morte with a car and put him out of IZW for such a long time. Atticus swears that he has discovered who it is, has done so on his own, and will be revealing that truth tonight later on in our show. I cannot wait to find out finally the revelation, the answer to the biggest mystery that IZW has had in perhaps its entire existence as a federation. Damon Morte, the inventor of the Impact X match. He will also be a competitor in that match, the product of his sick and twisted mind. And here's a man we have not seen. Sheepy O'Brien! We have not seen Sheepy O'Brien for many, many weeks, making his return back to the Impact Arena and also competing in that Impact X match. Sheepy O'Brien looks to have put on a lot of muscle, a lot of mass, bigger than ever and certainly stronger than ever. Of course, still with that deadly fist that he's had for ever since he came into IZW, that knockout punch called Trouble. So a very interesting pairings of individuals tonight in these in this tag team match. Well, one thing the crowd seems to be able to agree upon is that they do not like Vinny. Well, I say that, apparently they like Sheepy. They're glad to see Sheepy back. I'm glad to see Sheepy back here in the Impact Arena. Some taunting there by Vinny. Sheepy and Vinny interacting with each other several times during Sheepy's tenure here in IZW. And it looks like it will be Sheepy and Vinny starting off the match. Nice collar and elbow tie-up. And Vinny, who has, to be perfectly honest, has improved quite a bit. But the power there of Sheepy preventing the headlock takeover. Sheepy just shoving Vinny off into the corner. Driving that elbow right into the side of the head. Nice Irish whip, corner to corner by Sheepy, who now charges in and rams that forearm right into the face. Before driving another one. Baseball slide style, referee Chris Smith down. And only good for two. Fans already calling for trouble. You want trouble, you're going to get trouble in a different style here. As the nemesis Damon Morte now makes his way into the ring. Morte with a completely unpredictable style. The man seemingly does not feel pain the way a normal person should. And wow, just unleashing a plethora of chops, grinding up the chest of Vinny like so much hamburger meat. Vinny now being taken over by Morte. Suplex hooks the leg. Still only good enough for two. And so far, Vinny has had to carry the bulk of the match for his team, as Angel Camacho has not really made a serious effort to tag in. I'm not sure that there's good communication between these former cousins. And O'Brien taking over where Vinny left off. And now the power of Sheepy O'Brien as he takes Vinny over right down in the middle of the ring. And once again, Vinny finding some reserves of energy to get himself up and out of that pinning predicament. Another tag. I gotta say, Morte and O'Brien working extremely well together And they certainly do not have what I would call a wonderful meshing of styles if you look at them on paper, but they are certainly functioning very well tonight as a tag team in this match. Oh, Vinny with a desperation move, jawjacker there. Vinny dumping Morte into the corner, and there we have a tag. Here comes Camacho. And Morte to the outside, just kind of tumbling through the ropes. Well, this is certainly the old Angel Camacho that we saw once before. Perhaps the sexy Camachos finally putting themselves back together in 2 out of 3. And they are former IZW Tag Team Champions together, so you would expect them to be able to find some common ground here. But Vinny kind of delivering the orders to Camacho. Camacho, okay, putting the boots to Morte. But only good enough for 2. And you got to think that the 3 of the men here who are actually in the Impact X match, that they have got to be concerned with their actions in this match here tonight. They don't want to do anything too outrageous, anything too risky, because they only have 7 days worth of time to heal themselves up and get prepared for one of the most dangerous matches in IZW's existence, as now Vinny came very close there to a pinning situation on Morte. Vinny now driving those fists into the side of the head now, locking up the arm and the head of Morte. Referee Chris Smith checking to see if we have a submission here. Believe you me, I've seen Morte compete with broken bones in his body. If he's going to make it through a match that way, I don't think a simple submission move is going to force him to tap out anytime soon. Camacho didn't come down here for the pin. And they have got Morte trapped in their corner of the ring, far, far away from his tag team partner. That tag team cohesiveness that Morte and O'Brien were showing so much earlier. O'Brien in with a desperation save right there. But now, as O'Brien trying to explain things to the referee, and meanwhile, the Camachos taking advantage of the referee's back behind. Now both of them in the ring. Referee really needs to get one of them out of the ring here. What's going on here? Oh, look at this. Double team maneuver by Angel and Vinny. Vinny may not use the name anymore, but he and Angel Camacho are definitely on the same page at this point. Now Angel telling the IZW world to watch him be sexy. And once again, Morte, this is a really effective defensive move on his part, or it was before. It bought him some time, but Camacho not even going to wait, just going to roll out the ring, grab hold of Morte and throw him back inside, not allow him the chance to rest that he was able to buy before. Morte, well, Angel with the blind tag. It seemed like Camacho believed that he had this under control, but now Vinny hoisting Morte up over his shoulders. And Morte makes the tag. Here comes Sheepy. Sheepy with a forearm. Sheepy with another forearm. Big clothesline. Sheepy cleaning house. 2-on-1 basically, and the one is winning. But not enough yet to keep Vinny down, not enough to bring this match to an end. A swing and a miss there. And now, tag out, here comes the big man Camacho. But a deep shoulder block there by O'Brien. Duck underneath. And O'Brien just runs right into the wall. Boom, clothesline. And again, Camacho staggered, but he won't fall down. There, full throttle, all of his body weight. Knocking Camacho on his back and can't keep him down for 2. And Sheepy holding the fist up. Saying, Angel, buddy. Oh, no, duck underneath there. Angel picking up O'Brien and dropping him face first. And again, what is Vinny's deal? I mean, Camacho was on the roll here. He was about to perhaps polish off O'Brien and put him away. And Vinny once again blind tags himself in. And now Vinny and Angel arguing with each other. Is O'Brien going to make the tag, or is he just getting the strap up, I think he's waiting. Boom! Here comes trouble. And another one for good measure. Both men down, and Vinny's the legal man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Damon Morte and Sheepy O'Brien.
Well, it was certainly a display of contrasting styles, and while they might have been partners tonight, next week, O'Brien and Morte will be opponents. And I think O'Brien certainly... Oh, good night! Good night, Morte! Well, Sheepy O'Brien sending a very clear statement here that he can take any of them out at any time. Not necessarily, the competitive spirit. This shows you how much that Impact Division Championship really means. A very focused and determined Sheepy O'Brien looking to capture his first championship here in IZW. And Angel and Vinny still angry at each other, now blaming each other for the loss. Morte hasn't really moved very much.
You're worthless, Vinny. You've always been worthless. I don't ever want to see you again.
I guess we will not be seeing the reunion tour for the Sexy Camachos, as Angel has said right there that he doesn't ever want to deal with Vinny again.
You got what's coming, Vinny. You don't do that to Damon.
Vinny apparently has left behind the thing that's most important to him. And Morte, you see Morte down there, that last trouble punch from Sheepy O'Brien really causing exactly what it's named for, causing trouble. But Morte now finally able to bring himself to make it back up to the ramps. Fans, we are off and running on the last week, the last show before Coronation, our 11th anniversary event. And wow, stacked top to bottom, that card is shaping up to be quite simply the greatest card in IZW history. A little on later on in the card, I'll be running down all the matches that we have, but of course, you gotta cap it off with that championship TLC match with the IZW champion Jermaine Johnson taking on Double D and the natural born leader Johnny Z. All of these individuals going to put everything they have on the line when it comes to that IZW Championship. We also have the tag team titles on the line in an I Quit match, and we've got, obviously, that Impact X match we just saw. 3 of the individuals there that are going to be going on. I think I'm getting word in my ear here that is there something going on in the back? Am I hearing this correctly? Maybe, yeah.
I said, no, thank you, Erica. Mark Wilson had no idea, man. That big dumb donkey, man, he was surprised. He's like, what? Y'all do it together? No. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I've been doing. The hand and the one together. Thank you, number 1.
Hey, Blubber Bonds. I'm glad I found you. Hey, yes.
Yeah.
Turn that off.
Yeah, I'll call you back.
Yeah, call Mama back.
Yeah, what's up?
You know, I was gonna send this to your phone, your little, you know, what are you, flip phone?
No, that's a real phone.
That's a real phone, that's great. I was gonna send this to you, but it might be better if you watch this for yourself, because I'm glad you're talking about the match.
Yeah!
Well, Damon Windsor's been out facilitating for me. Been facilitating. And you know what?
Yeah.
We're just gonna watch it right now.
Watch it.
Here we go, right here.
Show me now, on the video. Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
My man, Mark. Boy, have I got a surprise for you. See, I felt kind of bad after last time you had a tag match against Sean, and I was supposed to be your partner, and I couldn't be there. I was predisposed. But still, I feel like I let you down, like I dropped the ball. And that's not what the Facilitator does. The Facilitator comes through. So that's what I did. This time around, it's not gonna be that way. This time, I'm gonna facilitate you the best tag team partner for your match with Sean and Erica at Coronation. So I scoured the globe, and I found that partner. I saw the light, I had an epiphany, and before my very eyes stood an angel.
Erica. Here you're walking around IZW like you still run the place? Well, you're only still queen because I allow you to be. But come Coronation, yes, Mark, I will be your partner, and Erica, it's gonna be very hard to wear that crown when I rip your head off.
How do you like that, fatty? I got Angel Blue in my corner.
Oh, man.
Good news. I'll take on you and your Grace and whatever she wants to call herself.
Well, that's the queen of IZW. That's Erica. I don't know if you know that, man. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? We'll let our talking do the talking. You know what? That matter. I ain't got time to talk about. We'll deal with that next week at Coronation. But you know what? Somebody wanted to make a statement tonight, and he came in all hyped up. He said, number 1. He said, give me a fight tonight. I'm the IZW champion, and I deserve a fight tonight. And I was like, wow, Jermaine, you gotta chill out, man. Next week is the biggest match of your life. He said, I don't care. I'm feeling good. The people need me. Oh, hey, that thing he does, that whole thing. And I said, don't worry about it, man. I'll get you a match tonight. Anybody you want. He said, give me them horns. Give me that big old dude, that big old bronze bull. Give me that. I said, what?
No.
Yeah, it's booked tonight.
No.
Yeah.
Don't get your hands off me, you fool. No!
just come to Impact Ink to customize your skin. Now you can customize your t-shirt with competitive prices and high-quality graphic designs. We're your one-stop shop for wearing your ink. Whether it's for your school, office, athletic team, or just your personal attire, we can take anything you imagine and turn it into a shirt that makes an impact. And if you have an idea but need help with your design, we can do that too. Call 699-7530 or stop by 1008 Southwest 11th Street. Just ask to talk to Candace. From skin sleeves to shirt sleeves. Wear your art, love your ink. Impact Ink. Are you tired of the same old birthday party? Well, now's your chance to party with your favorite IZW superstar. See yourself on the big screen while you experience your own personalized entrance. Customized cake and bounce house available. Hop into the ring and go crazy. And then take the memories home on DVD and Blu-ray. Call 580-699-7IZW and party like an IZW superstar. IZW anniversary show Coronation comes once again. Watch the first to celebrate 11 years of IZW Live VIP. Up close and personal with the biggest show of the year. And at 5 p.m., you can be the choice of the Sunday parties and the IZW Adrenaline. All fans will come up with the exclusive Coronation t-shirt and guaranteed. Call 699-7IZW. Watch Coronation on March 21st. VIP board.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now about to see a match between one half of the old school studs, Randy Price, and this man, the attorney, Jeff Wolfenbarger, a man who has a huge date with destiny, as he will be facing the Bronze Bull, Aaron Neil, in a dog collar
Ladies and
chain
gentlemen,
match.
the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. About to make his way to the ring, the attorney, Jeff Wolfenbarger.
Wolfenbarger, one-half owner of IZW, a man who has been amazingly almost undefeated since officially making his return in the second half of last year. Really only one loss on the record, and that was to the Bronze Bull in a casket match at Chaotic Christmas. And I'm a little surprised, honestly. Usually he's made his entrance happy by now, but whoa! Hold on! What in the world? Well, looks like we're gonna get Coronation started early here, because Wolfenbarger and Neil battling their way, and Aaron Neil just obliterating Jeff Wolfenbarger here. O'Neal just choking. Neil now pursuing Wolfenbarger around, and you can see that Wolfenbarger has that chain that will be such an important part of the match between the two of them next week. But Neil, that's just using that chain, using the surprise tactic now. Now, come on! Somebody get in there, get that chain off of Wolfenbarger. Get in there, save this for next week. Don't let Aaron brutalize Jeff this early on. Bull just taking it to Jeff, pursuing him all the way around, cornering him down in the guardrail area, protective barrier area. Now, Neil throwing Jeff into the ring. This is not a match. This is not what we were supposed to be seeing here. You can see the referee trying to wave Aaron Neil off. This was supposed to be between Jeff and Randy Price. And somehow Jeff able to get up to his feet, but I don't know. Neil just brutalizing Jeff, dragging him around by the throat with that chain wrapped around the throat. I'm really concerned there's going to be some serious damage done tonight before we get to next week at Coronation, as Neil levels Wolfenbarger with that clothesline. And I think Neil now, thankfully, is calling for a microphone. That'll at least get him off of Jeff.
I could go into the same old cliche routine of telling you and all these people that this is just a preview of what's going to happen next week at Coronation. But I'm not going to do that, Jeff. See, I know something. I know that you're way in over your head. I know that these wheels have already started in motion and you feel like you can't stop it. But I'm going to tell you, you're out, Jeff. I'm going to tell you how to get out of this right here. Because there's one person who can stop this from happening next week. One person, Jeff. You may think you have control of this, Jeff, but you don't. The only person who can stop this from happening to you, Margaret, why don't you come out here and see your baby boy?
Oh, well, come on. This is just the spirit.
That's right. I'm calling your mom out, Jeff, because I want her to see what's happening to you right now. I want her to know what's going to happen next week. Margaret, come out here.
Margaret Wolfenbarger, who usually runs the admissions area here at the Impact Arena, the mother of Jeff Wolfenbarger and Johnny Z.
Oh, there you are, Margaret. Oh, what's wrong, Jeff? A little bit closer, Margaret. A little bit closer. I want you to see this. Come on.
Margaret's stepping right up to the rail. Margaret's going to the rail.
That's far enough. You stop right there. Because I'll tell you right now, what I'm doing to him won't stop. So you better stop right there, because if you come any closer, I can't be held responsible for what happens to you.
Well,
Just
well,
like
I don't think I have to
I don't
translate
think I
that.
can be responsible for what happens to your son anymore.
And again, Neil with
You
the
see,
chain.
Margaret? Take a good look. Take a good look. This is what's going to happen, Margaret. The only person who can stop it is you. You're the only one.
What does Neil want her to do?
Don't let him show up next week, Margaret. Don't let it happen. Because I'm telling you, Margaret, trust me when I say this. Next week is going to be so much worse. Don't let him show up. That's the only way you can stop it.
Now Aaron Neil picking up the chain and leveling Wolfenbarger with a forearm. The chain wraps
The
around.
only way you can stop it, Margaret. It's going to happen. Don't let him show up next week. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. You take him home tonight, and you hold him, and you tell him you love him. And you let him know that there's a life beyond this, because this is not for him. This is where I live. And he doesn't belong here. You take him home and you keep him home. You don't let him show up.
It's got to take every ounce of restraint.
Is this what you wanted, Margaret?
Margaret Wolfenbarger.
Maybe you need a better look. Take a good look, Margaret.
And Jeff
This
Wolfenbarger's been
is
busting
what he
open
has to
with
look
that
forward
chain.
to.
I don't know how much more she can endure just watching. Oh, come on, get your hands off of her. Somebody please get Aaron Neil out of the ring. Oh. Absolutely disgusting. That's all I have to say about this scenario. What we have seen is the act of a man who obviously is scared that he's not going to be able to beat Jeff Wolfenbarger next week in this dog collar chain match. So he has to blindside Jeff and then drag Jeff's mom into the situation as well. And Aaron Neil Neil holding up his fist, looking at the blood, at Jeff Wolfenbarger's blood on his fingers, as if it's a badge of courage. Jeff Wolfenbarger looks like he's going to be able to get himself up to his feet. He's obviously going to need to be looked at by our trainers in the back for the laceration on his head. I got to be really concerned the way he's holding his midsection. I really got to be wondering if he may have suffered some internal injuries, some bruised ribs, possibly a broken rib, all at the hands of the vicious, despicable actions from the Bronze Bull, Aaron Neil. Wolfenbarger now making his way around, making his way to the back under his own power. Trust me, fans, there's going to be a day, and that day is next week, March 21st, right here in the Impact Arena. There's going to be a huge clash between those two men, a dog collar chain match. IZW has seen a lot of dog collar chain matches in its past. I've been fortunate enough to call many of them, and I've sat out there in the arena for quite a few of them as well. But let me tell you, I have a feeling deep down in my soul that next week, this dog collar chain match between Aaron Neil and Jeff Wolfenbarger, due to the actions of Aaron Neil tonight, that this dog collar chain match is going to be one that will never be forgotten. You are going to need to be here. Fans, if you've not already purchased your tickets, you need to get them. They're going out fast. And if you can't be here in Lawton, make sure that you hop on to GFL.tv so you can see all the action from the comfort of your own home. But believe me, you're going to want to be up close and personal when you see action like that. Fans, we're going to step aside for a moment. We're going to go pay some bills. When we come back, more IZW action coming right at you.
Last year, real on the Impact Arena, March 21st at IZW's 11th anniversary show, Coronation. Things will be no different. It'll be huge. It'll be colossal. It'll be monumental. Bobby Starr defends the Impact Division Championship against 5 men as it hangs high above the ring, surrounded by a steel cage in an Impact X match. Then it's a match 1 year in the making. Who will survive the destruction? Who will survive the carnage to come out on top when Jermaine Johnson, Johnny Z, and Double D meet in an IZW Championship tables, ladders, and chairs match? Find out live on the most anticipated show of the year. Be at the Impact Arena, 1009 Southwest F Avenue in Lawton, Oklahoma, March 21st. It's IZW's Coronation.
Do you need money? Cash? Moolah? Greenbacks? Then get down to Maverick Pond, where we can make you a loan on a gold you don't want to lose, or we can even buy your unwanted gold and silver too. Either way, we'll give you top dollar for your gold and silver. If you don't have any of that, we also make loans on flat panel TV, gold iPads and tablets, gold Windows 8 desktop and laptop computers, gold Xbox Ones and PS4s, gold lithium-ion power tools, gold beats on your devices, and much more. Gold. Keep your precious valuables safe when you get back on track, digital metal, or just get your party on. So where can you run when you're under the gun? It's Maverick Pond, 357-4911.
IZW's anniversary show, Coronation, only comes once a year. March 21st, celebrate 11 years of IZW like a VIP. Get up close and personal for the biggest show of the year. And at 5 p.m., you can meet the KC Wolves, Double D, Johnny Z, and the IZW champion, Jermaine Johnson, all for just $12. Upgrade for $8 more and get all that, plus the exclusive Coronation t-shirt and guaranteed front row seating. Call 6997 IZW to reserve or seats today. Only the strong. Watch Coronation on March 21st like a VIP, or get your general admission tickets at the door.
March 21st, it's IZW's 11th anniversary, and we're pulling out all the stock for our biggest event of the year. Never has this much action been packed into one show. Be there to see Kevin Morgan and Damon Windsor take out their aggressions and try to bust each other open in a first blood match. Witness the KC Wolves and Old School Studs go at it one last time for the IZW Tag Team Championships as they battle to the end in an I-No match. Then, how brutal will it get when Aaron Neil and Jeff Wolfenbarger fight for survival in a dog collar chain match? 11 years and counting, March 21st in the Impact Arena, 1009 Southwest F Avenue, Oklahoma. Be there, don't miss it. I will be you featured IZW's Coronation.
Fans, it's the biggest event, 11 years in the making, IZW Coronation, and I have gotten word in that brief commercial break that Jeff Wolfenbarger is being treated, the blood being cleaned up. And speaking of blood, one of the other featured matches that you're going to see next week is going to be a first blood match between the Facilitator, Damon Windsor, and the Image of Fear, Kevin Morgan. Ever since Violent Valentine, when the Facilitator revealed that it was all his deal, his issues, in conjunction with that Jezebel, Lisa Gennaro. Ever since that moment, the issues between these former tag team partners, one of the most dominant tag teams ever here in IZW, now permanently fractured. And you're going to see the two of them take on each other in a first blood match. No pinfalls, no disqualifications, no countouts. The match can only end when one of those two men makes the other one bleed. Just like we saw tonight, the issues between Aaron Neil and Jeff Wolfenbarger, the issues with Damon Windsor and Kevin Morgan are also going to come to a heat here as well next week right here at Coronation. Fans, we've got so much action yet to come, but I just can't stop thinking. Next week, Coronation, 11 years in the making. And speaking of Damon Windsor, on his way to the ring now, coming up in action. The man who has now revealed who Mark Wilson's partner will be in a new match added tonight. Mixed tag team action. We can thank the facilitator for that one as well. Just what Mark Wilson needs. Another on the long list of winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Coming to the ring first, representing Impact East, is the facilitator, Damon Windsor.
Will be facing a double D in this feature match tonight, but next week it will be Kevin Morgan in his sights. And it was just last week in a 2-on-1 main event. If you weren't here, the IZW champion, it was not his choice per se. It was Jermaine Johnson's pick your impact week, but he didn't put himself in that match. They ended up in a 2-on-1 handicap match against Damon Windsor and Aaron Neil. And it was thanks to the assistance of Kevin Morgan that Jermaine Johnson was able to come out victorious in that match. Tonight, though, one-on-one action for the facilitator. Yeah, that's right. Good job, Mark Wilson. Remember which rope, I don't know why I even thought it. I'm just thankful Mark Wilson isn't up here beside me spewing his venom and his lies about the people that were trying to call the action for here. Fans, I want to remind you that if you want to keep up to date with all the Impact Zone Wrestling action, you can always check us out at our website, www.izwrestling.com. We love to be interactive with our fans. We got our Facebook, facebook.com/Impact Zone Wrestling, twitter.com/IZW World. And you can always catch up on back episodes in case you ever miss out on the IZW action, our own YouTube channel, youtube.com/IZW Oklahoma. Make sure you stay current with the IZW action and let us know what you like to see, because we love to serve the wishes and fulfill the dreams of the IZW world. Could Damon Windsor possibly take longer to get ready for this match? Now draping the coat over the shoulders of Alicia Gennaro. Or putting on his work gloves. Why is it that Windsor doesn't get prepared in the back before coming out the curtain? desperately needs to introduce him to the concept of what a dressing area is for. This entrance almost going as long as the street fight between the Old School Studs and the KC Wolves. That was 2 hours long. I feel like we're about into hour 4 now of Damon Windsor's entrance. What is it? Oh, a kiss on the cheek. A kiss on the cheek. You better check your cheek for herpes, Windsor. At least the music is gone. That's a small indication that perhaps we are almost ready to get this next match underway. And here comes one of the 3 men who will be in our big main event next week at our 11th anniversary show.
Opponent, Double D!
Double D, focused and ready as he is every single week. But he has got to know that next week he takes on the 2 men who have been most associated with him in his journey here in IZW. His entire tenure here in IZW has circled around essentially those 2 men. The leader of the hype section, Jermaine Johnson, the natural-born leader, Johnny Z. And Double D knows that he is going to have to go through both of those men in order to ascend the ladder and pull down the IZW Championship if he wants to become a 3-time IZW champion. And Double D ready to get underway with this action. Referee Nathaniel Maverick holding him off for just a moment as Luis Gennaro provides a last-minute rub. Mark Wilson telling Double D that he is not going to make it to Coronation. I guess we'll see if that's going to come true by the end of this match. And Nathaniel Maverick doing a good job here, backing the facilitator in. Going to check him out here. Check those gloves, pads. All right, we're ready. And the match is underway here. One time, Damon Windsor was inches away from being the IZW champion in a long confrontation between himself and Johnny Z. So he knows exactly where Double D has been before. But now Damon Windsor serving as the blocker, if you will, the man who ensures that Johnny Z gets what he wants, even if that means sacrificing himself on behalf of the leader. And Double D knowing that he's got a height disadvantage, a weight disadvantage. He's never been the biggest dog in the fight. He's never let that stop him before. And he is looking to chop down the large redwood that is Damon Windsor. D with an axe handle to the spine there. Windsor basically using that top rope to support him, to keep him from collapsing over. Now reversing the Irish whip. Big clothesline, and down goes D. Straight right hand to the face of D, but D fires back as well. And D now has Windsor backed into that corner. Windsor quickly out of that, forcing D back, raking the eyes. And Windsor now looking to take over to capitalize on that swift but effective move, even though it was illegal. That's never stopped Damon Windsor before. Windsor using that muscle, that power, but most of all, certain to use that brain coming into the war here with Double D. I've often said that Damon Windsor is one of the most cold and calculating individuals that Impact Inc. has ever employed, that IZW has ever employed. He was the brains behind big business. Kevin Morgan, the muscle in that particular issue. And ever since the split between them, Windsor has certainly done everything he can and has learned a lot from his association with Johnny Z on how to get inside the mind of the Image of Fear. Windsor certainly came into this match, I'm sure, with a game plan. Right now, that game plan has been to use his power, his strength, his brutality, and to drop Double D face first on that top turnbuckle. Lisa Gennaro leading the chants of Impact Inc. It's good to see that, I guess now Impact Inc. has a cheerleader. Well, I don't know what Lisa did there, but I saw what Mark Wilson did there. Drive-by brutality by Mark Wilson, as he often is willing to do. So Double D essentially having to fight a 3-on-1 battle here. One opponent inside the ring, two on the outside, waiting for D to make a mistake. But D knows what he's in for there, and now D using that leg, using that rope, trying to get that distance, and you spin Damon Windsor around, take him down, tornado DDT, and down for the first pin. And D was hoping it would be the only pin attempt of the match, and they can take that match away with him on his way 1 week from now with Coronation. D up to the top, maybe gonna go for that high cross body. He has put away so many people with that very move. D going for it, but Windsor with it very well scouted, and Windsor out of the way so that D crashes and burns. And Windsor down into the corner as well. What's the consultation with Mark Wilson? Wilson looks to be pointing out some strategy there, perhaps. And now Windsor slowly and methodically moving in on D. Irish whip into the corner, face first, chest first. And then stepping right on the midsection of Double D, putting all that weight down on that midsection. Daniel Maverick up to 4. If he'd gotten to 5, it would have been a disqualification. I'm not certain that Windsor really cares. I have this sneaking suspicion that when this match was set up, that Johnny Z pulled Damon Windsor aside and said, look, it really doesn't matter if you win or lose. I want you to hurt him. I want you to weaken him. I want you to send him into Coronation, not at 100%. And it's going to be blows like that, right to that midsection, that could very well pull off the wishes of the natural born leader. As you can see that Windsor has targeted that midsection area. We know that Double D has suffered rib injuries before. He has gone into matches with those ribs taped up on many, many occasions. Yes, he's got a well-developed abdominal area, but you can't protect those ribs from everything. Windsor now stretching out those ribs, causing them, forcing more space in between them than should be, and in that manner also restricting the oxygen intake on the part of Double D. Windsor now hooks him with a pin, deep pin there, hooking one leg but pulling all the body weight of Double D back, and that shows you just how much strength D has in those abs, in those legs, to be able to power out of that pin predicament. Windsor raining down fist after fist, now driving an elbow into the spine Double D absorbing all of this punishment. There's going to come a point here, if he doesn't start to fire back, if he doesn't catch a lucky break, there's only so much that any one person, even a person with the heart and determination that Double D has always shown, there's only so much that one man can take before it's going to become too much. We may see Damon Windsor score the victory. Windsor charges in, but D, at the last second, dives out of the corner. And now D firing back. D unleashing a chop. D wanting Windsor out of the corner, overhand. Force chop. And a running, leaping force chop. D hooks the leg. And again, so close. You can see the frustration on Double D's face. He was sure that he was going to put away Damon Windsor after those two huge chops. D now waiting for Windsor to get back to his feet, waiting for the proper moment. Bending Windsor over, going to drive with the defacer, but Windsor just slips out of that and muscles D up, dropping him once again down flat on the chest, flat on the abdominals, and continuing the injury to that midsection area. Windsor with all the weight of that near 300 pounds coming crashing down, and now Windsor once again deep hook of a pin. And that one was a little longer, but still only two officially, says referee Nathaniel Maverick. Now Windsor dumping D to the outside. While the referee backs Windsor up, once again Mark Wilson driving by. Oh, and now he's a little hungry. He goes over and has a little bit of a cucumber. It's healthy, you know. Mark Wilson's all about health. No. Windsor driving that lower back area of Double D into the edge of the ring, using the ring as a weapon. The referee got up to 5 before Windsor rolled D in. And now dragging him down across that bottom rope. Blow after blow, each one of them taking a little more energy out of Double D. Oh, look at D! D with the kick. D up over the top. Springboard. Single leg drop kick. Puts down Windsor. D quickly going for the pin. Hooks that leg. Still not enough, but D with lots of energy left in him. D up to the top now. What's Mark Wilson doing? Get Wilson down from there. D with a drop kick. D with a pin. No! At the last millisecond, Damon Windsor somehow gets that elbow, that shoulder up. And now Windsor in the corner. D lacing in with those knees. And D trying to drag Windsor out. Get Windsor! Windsor crashing D in the middle of the ring. I think this could be it. And no! Still no! Both of these men have put everything they have into this match, and Windsor seemed to be adjusting that glove. Windsor grabbing D, pulls him up. Oh, D impacting Windsor's face on his knee. Enziguri by D. D up to the top, Wilson up top, and this time D goes crashing down onto Mark Wilson. What's going on behind? Whoa! Lights out of the arena! Lights out of the arena! It looked like Lisa Gennaro was about to hand that briefcase to Damon Windsor, and then the lights go out. I can't see a thing, but I can hear. Oh, it's Kevin Morgan! Kevin Morgan now has it! Lisa Gennaro's up by us! And Double D off with the crossbody! And that's it!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Double D!
The last thing we saw before the lights went out was Lisa Gennaro trying to slide the briefcase into Damon Windsor. Lights go out. When they come back, it's Kevin Morgan standing there with the briefcase in his hand, and Damon Windsor can't believe his eyes. And from there, a high cross body and another win in the victory column for Double D. But you can certainly say that the message was again sent by Kevin Morgan to Damon Windsor, and Morgan slowly making his way around here. I think the Impact Inc. contingent is making their way to the back, and they're going to try to live to fight another day. But congratulations to Double D, a great victory on his part, and that man right there, Kevin Morgan, has a date next week with the facilitator, Damon Windsor. I would not want to be in Damon Windsor's shoes. Fans, I think we're about to go to the back. I believe we have the old school studs standing by in the back. Let's hear what they have to say.
Hi everyone, it's Jessie, and my guest this time is the old school studs. Hey studs, so last time I saw you, you had some belts with you.
Yeah, you just want to rub it in, don't you?
You don't have them anymore, so...
Apparently we don't have them, and you just want to rub it in over and over again, don't you? Just like the IZW world, the pack wants to rub it in. Well, rub it in all you want, because Coronation is going to be completely different. There's no rubbing in going to happen unless you're rubbing it into the wolves. The fact that they quit. I said 2 weeks ago that the losing had stopped with the old school studs, and apparently it did, because last week we had our tag team titles, and somehow we wound up leaving the ring without them. But that's not going to happen next week at Coronation, because failure is not an option. Studs don't quit. And I guarantee you, what happened last week, us leaving without our tag team titles, it's unacceptable, and it won't happen next week.
See, Randy, you're right. IZW World, the pack, whoever's listening, better listen real close. Better tune in to what the coach has to say, because see, Randy, what's going to happen next week, Randy, is not only are we going to win, We're gonna teach them an old school lesson, Randy. Coach, the lessons are over. Next week, we have to win. We can't lose.
No, not bottles. Nobody said bottles. How do you get bottles out of cases? I want cases of champagne, of your finest champagne. I want it here next week on ice, chilled. I want streamers. I want party poppers. I want party favors. I want the caterer here. I want it all. I want the biggest party that you can possibly have for me. Yeah. Hold up. Chill. Wait a second. Yeah. I didn't say anything to you about asking me about money. Have it here. I don't care what it costs.
Hey, I don't mean out of line here, but why are you doing a phone order and that stuff? You got the biggest match of your life next year. You're going to win the IZW Championship back again.
You don't mean to be out of line. You don't mean to be out of line with me. Because you just walked in here and it sounds like you're warning me. You're telling me not to get ahead of myself. It sounds to me like you're completely out of line, Mark Wilson. Because last I checked, you're co-commissioner of this company for one reason and because of one person only. So are you out of line? Yes.
I apologize.
But I like it.
I apologize.
You're looking out for me, and I get it. That's why you get an invitation to my party next week. Oh, we're going to celebrate. We are going to wine and dine. And you know why? You know why? Because next week, I'll tell you what next week is. You see, next week is huge. It's monumental. It's the biggest match in Jermaine Johnson's career. It's the biggest match in Double D's career. You know what it is for me? It's a coronation. Exactly what the show is titled. It's my coronation. That's what it is for Johnny Z. You see, it's appropriate that it will be in the biggest show of the year for IZW. It's appropriate that my opponents will be Jermaine Johnson and Double D, the two men who have done the greatest job of riding my coattails to stardom, to main events in IZW, straight to the top, both of them. They are completely out of line, Mark Wilson. They have been out of line for a very, very, very long time. And come next week, come March 21st, next Saturday at Coronation, when we step into that ring in a tables, ladders, and chairs IZW Championship match, it will be my coronation. I will deliver my message. I will make Jermaine Johnson and Double D my sacrifices, and you will all bow at my feet. I will prove that the natural-born leader, Johnny Z, is the savior of wrestling, is the greatest IZW champion of all time. And I will do it by sacrificing the two biggest false prophets of all time, Jermaine Johnson and Double D. So are you out of line, Mark Wilson? A little bit. I mean, but you look really good.
Oscar de la Renta.
And see, you can apologize to the Savior, and we can move past it. But Jermaine Johnson, Double D, it's too late for either one of you to apologize. It's too late for either one of you to ask for forgiveness. It's too late for anything other than what's going to happen next week. Next week, Johnny Z climbs the ladder one more time, just like he has his entire career, to the top of the mountaintop, to successes like no one else has ever seen. And you'll all be there for it. You'll all be there for my coronation. See you there.
Well, Johnny Z believes that he is going to be the new IZW champion come next week, but right here, we have the new Impact Division champion as of last week. Lights Out Jordan Jacobs on his way for another edition of the Lights Out Lounge.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lights Out Jordan Jacobs!
I gotta say that Impact Division Championship looks really good around his waist as my former broadcast partner makes his way over to his area. And I know that he has got to be very focused, very concerned, because that championship gold on the line tonight as well as next week.
Ladies and ladies, it's time for the Lights Out Lounge with your new 3-time Impact Division champion. This title is now back where it belongs. But next week at Coronation, the biggest event of the year, I have to hang this belt from the Impact X. It's only the 3rd time that the Impact X has ever occurred. We put the steel cage up and the cables crisscross, and way up there is going to be hanging this Impact Division Championship. And I have to defend it against multiple men. Your former champion, Brass Bull Bobby Starr, Damon Morte, Guy Atticus, Angel Camacho, and a person that I'm about to have out right now. Someone that says he's got something to tell all y'all. Since he's going to be in the Impact X next week, I figure you got something to say. You can come say it on the Lights Out Lounge. So right now, let's have Sheepy O'Brien.
Well, Sheepy O'Brien, victorious for his team in our opening contest tonight. But I have to say, the look on his face, which you can see right there, well, not right there, but as it was briefly a moment ago, the look on O'Brien's face seems, well, he doesn't quite seem the jovial in person that he has been in his previous times here in IZW.
So you and I are going to be inside of a steel cage next week. We're going to be inside Impact X. And you said that you have something to tell the Impact Arena. Well, I'm pretty sure I have a hint or two about what that's going to be about. So, you're on the Lights Out Lounge. You got something to say?
I told IZW that I had a message to deliver. Message delivered in the ring, leaving every man I was with earlier laid out, knocked out by trouble. Exactly what I'm going to do to every single one of you next week in the Impact X match. Because you see, I'm going to be leaving the Impact Division champion for the first time. And Jordan, I don't care that you're champion. Because it doesn't matter. Because after next week, all it's going to matter is that Trouble is going to be holding the Impact Division championship in his hands. And I'm going to beat all of you. Senseless.
So let me tell you something. You said you have something to say? Well, guess what? Now I have something to say to you. I'm the Impact Division champion. I'm the one who's fought year in, year out for this title. Now it's back home. Sheepy, everybody else in Impact X, this is my title.
Bobby Starr, the former Impact Division champion, from behind. Bobby Starr throwing Jacobs down the ramp. Good Lord. What in the world? And Sheepy ready to clock Bobby Starr. The Brass Bull throwing Jordan Jacobs in the ring, and I guess this title rematch, this was advertised on our Facebook earlier this week. It appears that we are underway. This championship rematch opportunity for the Brass Bull is underway. Bobby Starr with the Starr over the top. Jordan Jacobs now diving through the middle ropes. And yes, this is officially a match. Yes, this is for the Impact Division Championship. This featured match advertised on our Facebook. Bobby Starr wasting no time cashing in his title rematch opportunity. Jordan now choking Bobby Starr over the top of that rope, of that railing. And Starr now continuing the assault on the outside. Bobby Starr continuing the brutality, the brutal attack on the outside. He's got to be careful, though, if he expects to get that championship back. Oh! Jordan rammed across the announce table, which is, I guess, fine because ring announcer Adrenaline Storm, thankfully, not there. And now Bobby Starr picks up the Impact Division Championship. It's not his, it belongs to Jordan Jacobs. And swings with it, but Jacobs ramming Bobby Starr's head, bouncing it off of the corner post. And Jordan now on the offensive, battling it out with Bobby Starr to the outside. Jordan, where's Jordan going? Jordan making his way up the ramp. What's he doing? What are you doing, Jordan? Careful. Jordan's got a trash can. Jordan with a trash can. I'm going to function under the impression that just like last week, this is Impact rules. Oh, but Bobby Starr's got the lid to the trash can. No! And across the top of the head. Jordan down. Now Bobby crashing that trash can down over the head. And now over the back of Jordan Jacobs. These were the circumstances that Jordan Jacobs was in last week. Impact rules match as Jordan is thrown right into that steel trash can. And you can see the damage that's been done to it and the damage that it's willing to dish out. These two men battling on the outside. Impact rules, no countouts, no disqualifications. Basically anything goes. The only way to up the ante from that is to wrap the whole thing in a steel cage and suspend that championship above the ring across an X made by wires. That's the situation both of these men are going to find themselves in next week. The simple question is, which one goes in as the champion? And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think it really matters, because it's not like there's a championship advantage. You can't get disqualified. And you don't even have to be nobody's going to be pinned. It's just the first person who scales up and is able to walk their way across the wire to pull down the championship belt. They get to be champion after that match. That's how you win an Impact X match. But tonight, you can use whatever you can find, and Jordan Jacobs has made good use of that trash can, now driving that lid across the face of Bobby Starr.
Taking my title.
Starr somehow summoning up reserves of energy, perhaps calling on the gods that he frequently summons to. What's he looking to do here now? Starr maybe looking to go for a suplex, whatever it is. Jordan's able to block it. Jordan now. Jordan with those knees and just casts Starr aside like a used wash rag. And Jordan with a stomp. All of Jordan's weight coming down across the back of Bobby Starr. Now Starr ramming Jacobs back into that jutting edge of the ring. We saw Aaron Neil, excuse me, not Aaron Neil, we saw Double D with the same action. On the receiving end of that from Damon Windsor in the previous match. One Impact Inc. member obviously watching another's match, and Bobby Starr sees it very effective as he now throws Jacobs into those standing stairs. Again, all of this perfectly legal within the confines of an Impact X match, or excuse me, an Impact Rules match. I suppose it would be perfectly legal in an Impact X match too, but I don't think it would be possible, because that's what the steel cage is there for. Bobby Starr, over and over again, showing why he is, in so many ways, the Impact division has been for the past 6 months worth of time, most of that spent as champion. Jordan Jacobs could easily lay claim to that before Bobby Starr. And the feelings between these two certainly building over the past few months as Jordan set out to reclaim a title that was never lost. He was never pinned, he never submitted, he didn't actually lose a match to lose the Impact Division Championship. It had to be stripped from him thanks to an attack by Total Darkness that left him unable to defend that championship. And now Jacobs looking for the Fujiwara armbar. Jacobs gonna try to force that shoulder out of its socket. Shades of Brett Albright right here. Jacobs can torque back on that thing just a little bit more. If he can bend it back, reposition his body at a slightly different angle, he'll be able to lean into that and pull it. There he goes. There we go. Now Jacobs really cinching in deep. Bobby may have to tap out on this one. I don't know how much he can hold out. Look at that arm go. It's not meant to go in that type of position. And the only thing that Bobby could hope to do is get his legs underneath him, relieve some of the pressure. But the damage may very well have been done right there. As Mark Wilson has now positioned that trash can in between the top and middle turnbuckles, but Jacobs baseball slides to his safety, and now drops Bobby Starr's protruding forehead right into that trash can. Jacobs now shoving that trash can, trying to lodge it. And you make an impact. And is it enough to put this match away? No! How in the world? How in the world does Bobby Starr have the energy to kick out of that? And Starr out of nowhere with a spine buster. Oh! I thought for sure that might very well be it as well. Jordan now making his way up in the corner with Starr right there to trap him. Driving those elbows right in the midsection. And Starr charging in, but absolutely nobody home. Up, Jordan looking for the elephant kick. Starr picking up, maybe gonna go for greetings from Mount Olympus. And what is Sheepy doing? Sheepy out, Morte. Sheepy and Morte on the outside battling each other out there. Morte obviously still hot and angry at the fact that Sheepy knocked him out. And here comes Angel Camacho. We've got 3 of the 4 competitors from earlier tonight. And well, why not? Why not? Let's put Vinny out there too. There's a match in the ring. There's a match out of the ring. But the championship is only up for grabs between the 2 men in the ring. And Jordan, light switch! Light switch from Jordan from the top rope. And he is still the Impact Division champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still Impact Division champion, Jordan Jacobs!
Last week he won the title. This week he keeps the title. But I don't think he's going to walk away so easily as Camacho. Camacho laying out Jordan Jacobs. Camacho, a 2-time Impact Division champion himself. Camacho just like a brick wall ramming into Jordan Jacobs. Now Vinny had taken over on Morte. Camacho on Sheepy. All six men here battling it out with each other. I'm truly surprised Guy Atticus hasn't made his way out here as well. We'll still hear from him later on as he reveals who it is that ran over Damian Morte with that car. I hope that Morte's able to survive what it is that Vinny is doing now. Well, family breakdown right there by Camacho and Vinny. And this is the type of chaos you're going to see next week in that Impact X match. Oh, Vinny planting, booyah, on Bobby Starr, but Camacho picking up his cousin and dumping him just like the trash. Oh, look out, Camacho, Sheepy, here comes trouble. And now the man who came up with Impact X, Damian Morte, the last man, well, not standing, but the last man still functioning under his own power, and Morte has the title belt. Will this be the sight we see at Coronation? Is Damian Morte destined to once again walk away as the Impact Division champion? He's got the belt right there, but he's going to have to wait one more week to see if it's truly his destiny to once again be Impact Division champion. And the craziest man on the planet right there making the signal and saying, Impact X, I'm coming for you. Wow. Fans, this type of action, I don't know. Well, and now Morte handing the championship back to Jordan Jacobs before backing out of the ring. Perhaps making it seem like a sign of things to come, giving Jordan 1 week to treasure that championship. And you can look at those eyes right there and see that as hard as Jordan Jacobs had to fight to get that championship back, he is prepared to fight even harder to make sure that he walks away with it come next week. And, well, no family reconciliation between the cousins, Angel and Vinny. Fans, we're going to go to the back right now. I believe we have the tag team champions standing by with words for us. Let's go and check out what they have to say.
Hi everybody, it's Jessie, and my guests this time are your reigning and defending IZW Tag Team Champions, the KC Wolves. At Coronation, you guys are going to be defending these titles once again against the Old School Studs in an I Quit match. Are you guys ready for that? Are you feeling it? How are you feeling?
Jesse, ever since we came back in October, it's been us and them. It's been the Wolves and the Studs. Every night, our hate for each other grew more intense. Every pay-per-view, this blood feud got more violent. Ladders, street fights, the longest match in IZW history. I bled to defend these belts. And in these 6 months, these 6 long months, neither team has relented. Neither of us have showed any signs of slowing down. Neither of us have showed any signs of quitting. But at Coronation, it all comes to an end. Coronation, this is settled once and for all.
Graham, isn't it amazing how we can wrestle just one team for 6 months and still it goes on? Nothing is settled. Because no matter how many times we steal the show, no matter how many times we beat each other's asses through the streets of Lawton, Oklahoma, up and down ladders in every kind of match possible, the KC Wolves and the Old School Studs still can't settle it. But at Coronation, you Old School Duds, we're not gonna climb a ladder faster than you. We're not just gonna pin you 1, 2, 3. We are going to break you. We are going to crush your spirits. And when this I Quit match is over, you will have to look each other in the eye and know that one of you let the other one down. One of you quit. And that is why you will never be as good as the KC Wolves. That is why you will never be the alpha and omega males of tag team wrestling. Randy and Gary, no matter what happens at Coronation, we knew from the beginning that this hunt would end in a kill.
Congrats. Thanks, John.
IZW's anniversary show, Coronation, only comes once a year. March 21st, celebrate 11 years of IZW like a VIP. Get up close and personal for the biggest show of the year. And at 5 p.m., you can meet the KC Wolves, Double D, Johnny Z, and the IZW champion, Jermaine Johnson, all for just $12. Or upgrade for $8 more. And get all that plus the exclusive Coronation t-shirt and guaranteed front row seating. Call 6997-IZW to reserve or seats today. Only the strong. Watch Coronation on March 21st like a VIP. Or get your general admission tickets at the door.
Quite honestly, it's my favorite part of Coronation, the inductions into the Hall of Impact, and I'm quite proud to be able to say that I've known both of these individuals for quite a while. Bernie D, 7-time tag team champion, former Impact Division champion, former commissioner. Brandon Bishop, I think honestly we're still banned from a Bennigan's in Oklahoma City because of an incident between the two of us there, but that's a different story. But congratulations for both of those men going into the Hall of Impact, which you can see at Coronation. But fans, we've got plenty of action also that very night, March 21st. These matches we just announced tonight. Sean McHale, Erica, mixed tag match against Mark Wilson and the returning Angel Blue. Huge combustion right there between those four parties that are going to tear into each other like none other are possibly going to do. You also will see First Blood rules. You can't win until you make your opponent bleed. The Image of Fear, Kevin Morgan, the Facilitator, Damon Windsor. We saw the confrontation between them tonight. It's going to explode next week at Coronation between these two. The Tag Team Championships on the line. The last match between these two. The KC Wolves defend against the Old School Studs. I Quit. The match cannot be won until you force your opponent to utter those humiliating words. We got 6 men in the Impact X match. Jordan Jacobs walks in as the champion, but can he possibly walk out against the competition you see stacked up from left to right there? The odds are certainly against him being able to do that. Dog collar chain match, and boy, did the stakes ever rise tonight between Jeff Wolfenbarger and the Bronze Bull Aaron Neil. Deeply personal issues between these two men, and one of them very well may not be able to walk out alive next week. And then the main event, TLC. Jermaine Johnson puts the IZW Championship on the line against the two men that have been circling around him for such a long time. The natural born leader, Johnny Z, and Double D, all for the championship prize, the IZW Championship. It's an event 11 years in the making. March 21st, 2015, the date of Coronation. right here in the Impact Arena. Fans, again, if you haven't bought your tickets, they're rapidly going out of sale. You've got to act quickly. You've got to get your chances. If you don't get the opportunity to be here, tune in live at GFL.tv. But fans, it's something we've been waiting almost 2 years to find out. Last week, we were promised in the ring. Guy Atticus said, I figured it out. I know who hit Damian Morte with a car, and I'll reveal it to you next week. And I'm getting word over my headset that Guy Atticus is ready to make that announcement. So let's go and hear what let's find out who it is. I want to know who hit Damian Morte.
Guy, all right, man. Come on, you told me last week you were going to tell me who hit me. Guy, who is it? Come on, guy.
Relax.
Who hit me?
Relax. Look. There's something I've always wanted to do. Let's just be honest with you. I've always been honest with you. Look, I'm not going to lie. I told you tonight at the Impact Zone Adrenaline that I was going to tell you who hit you with the car.
You're going to tell me tonight, guy.
Check out the IZW monitor. Check out the security footage.
Not the tech.
Morty! Guy Atticus hit you with a car. Like, you didn't know that? Subconsciously, you knew that. You back of your head, you knew that. You took lots of things from me, Morty, and I've taken nothing from you.
Damn you, guy!
God, man. And I will make sure at Coronation that you will not leave champion, and Guy Atticus will come out Impact Division champion.
It was Guy Atticus all this time? This is mind-blowing. Guy Atticus the whole time been conducting this investigation, been swearing that he's been searching out who it was, and the whole time a complete misdirect. And Guy Atticus is the man who 2 years ago took out Damian Morte, hit him in the parking lot with a car. We thought we'd maybe never see Damian Morte again. And you can hear the words right there. Guy Atticus promising that Damian Morte will not walk away as the Impact Division champion next week. Well, fans, wow. As if the odds weren't already stacked against Jordan Jacobs. Now, Guy Atticus certainly showing that he is willing to sink to those depths. Imagine what he's going to do inside the confines of a steel cage. And with all the potential weapons and destruction that are available for him in there. Fans, I can't even begin now to predict the possibilities of who it is that will walk away. I thought maybe Damian Morte, because it was his brainchild, had the best possibility of walking away as the Impact Division champion. I certainly believe that Jordan Jacobs had the most motivation, but now with this revelation, Guy Atticus, the tables all completely upturned here, and I don't know who it is, which one of those six is going to walk away as the Impact Division champion, but it's certainly a huge match for us to see. But fans, coming up next, your main event set up earlier tonight in the back between Mark Wilson and Sean McHale. Jermaine Johnson said, I want a match. I'm ready. I'm here. I want to compete. I don't want to take a week off in order to get ready for next week. I want to tune up in the ring. And so Jermaine Johnson is going to take one-on-one with the Bronze Bull, Aaron Neil. And we are ready now for that main event. Here comes the Bronze Bull. Earlier tonight, you saw the actions of the Bronze Bull, Aaron Neil, the despicable actions as he baited the mother of Jeff Wolfenbarger to the ring. And now, Mark Wilson leads his charge.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your main event. It is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Coming to the ring first, representing Impact Inc. is the Bronze Bull, Aaron Neil.
As if Aaron Neil hadn't done enough damage tonight, now he is on his way to the ring to take on the IZW champion. And if anybody is familiar with the IZW championship on this entire roster, it is certainly Aaron Neil. 6 times he has been the IZW champion, more than any other member, past or present, of the IZW roster. And he will face the current IZW champion 3 times. Jermaine Johnson has held that championship in our main event tonight. I want to take this opportunity to spend a special get well wish to my broadcast partner Harrison Stone, who's feeling under the weather right now. That's why he's not with me this week. I'm sure he will be back, because I know he does not want to miss Coronation next week. It'll be good to have him sitting by my side. Get well, Stone. Look forward to you soon. I'm just glad you didn't break anything this time. Just a little cold, a little virus. Heal up from that and get back up in this broadcast booth with me, so I don't have to carry the load myself. Bronze Bull in the ring as we await the arrival of your IZW champion. And if the past is any indication, the roof is about to explode off of the Impact Arena.
And his opponent, he is your IZW champion, the leader of the hype section, Jermaine Johnson!
Jermaine Johnson and Aaron Neil know each other so well. My very first IZW event that I had the privilege of broadcasting, it was the 2 of them along with Double D, TLC Rules. That night, Double D was victorious for the first time, but believe me, there was nobody at that point more successful with a better track history of TLC matches than the leader of the hype section, Jermaine Johnson. And right now, I'm going to pause, because DA, your favorite part's about to come up. Hype section in full effect here in the Impact Arena. And Jermaine Johnson ready to step into competition against the Bronze Bull. Johnson obviously having, oh, Johnson! I thought Johnson was taking his time, but Johnson ready to take out a little revenge, perhaps on behalf of Jeff Wolfenbarger in the back. This is what happens, and Johnson did it man-to-man, face-to-face. He didn't blindside the Bull from behind. He didn't sneak up on him and throw him down a ramp. He looked him straight in the eyes and met him before he even caught him slipping. He caught him slipping. Johnson introducing the Bull to all 4 corners. And now running him down the pads all the way to the bottom. And the Bull has had his bell rung. Johnson hasn't even taken the championship belt off yet. Now setting that belt to the side so he can take over. As Johnson and the Bull battle to the outside here along those guardrails. The fans on that section have got quite a lot of action here tonight. Johnson 100% in control of this match, has been since the opening moments. The Bronze Bull caught completely unaware. Oh! Using that guardrail, ramming the head and back. And Johnson now rolling in and rolling out, breaking the count of referee Nathaniel Maverick. Johnson still 100%. Mark Wilson running to the opposite side. And the Bull running into the ring, probably maybe trying to cower for safety in the ring. The Bull called it for a timeout. I'm sorry to inform him, but as I was taught so many years ago, there are no timeouts in pro wrestling. And Johnson unwilling to accept the hand of friendship from the Bull. There'll be no startovers and no mulligans in this match. It has been 100% leader of the hype section and IZW champion as Neil driven into that corner. Johnson looking for his moment, goes for the diving splash. Somehow the Bull out of the way. The Bull levels Jermaine with a clothesline, and just like that, the winds have changed in this match. And now Neil with vicious stomps all over the torso of Jermaine Johnson. Johnson trying to fight his way out there. Come out of that corner, but the Bull just too heavy, too much mass in the way. And now Neil with an Irish whip driving Johnson into the corner. And Aaron Neil soaking in the reaction of the crowd. And it was a hailstorm of boos that came down on him, as if they didn't already dislike him after the actions earlier tonight against Jeff Wolfenbarger. And what he has done right now to the IZW champion, as there you saw the first pinfall attempt of the match. All of that adding up. And the IZW world, the hype section, coming to life now as the chant of "We Got This" begins to resonate through the Impact Arena. And you know how this affects Johnson. You know how he feeds off of this, almost as if it were a tag team partner of his own. That hype section has led Jermaine Johnson to so many victories. But is it possible that in the brief time that Aaron Neil has been in control of this match, as he is driving those forearms into the lower lumbar region of Jermaine Johnson, is it possible that Johnson has absorbed too much punishment from the Bull? 300 plus pounds, all that impact, and again, that forearm right into the lower back. And Jermaine Johnson has been brought to a full-scale stop, as now the Bull with a backbreaker as he applies pressure now, bending that spine in a direction it is not meant to go. Bowing Jermaine Johnson over his knee, picking him up. The power of the Bull just picking up Johnson. Once again, the Bull down for a pin. And once again, only two. Scooping up and slamming the champ right in the middle of the ring. Aaron Neil now carefully measuring, coming off the ropes and driving a knee right into the upper chest, almost perhaps down to the throat. But Johnson able to bring all the energy he has and to kick out of that pin. And now Aaron with the big boot. And you can see, I can see Johnson attempting to motivate himself up, attempting to try and again feed off of the crowd, feed off the energy of the IZW world here. And you can see Johnson trying to fight back, trying to muster up. But for the past 3 or 4 minutes, it has been all Aaron Neil. Oh, Neil with a swing and a miss. Neil trying once again. He's caught there, but Neil fighting out, picking him up, perhaps going for greetings from Mount Olympus right here. No, Johnson slides off the back, off the ropes, but of the complete weight of Aaron Neil being thrust into the upper torso of Jermaine Johnson and laying Johnson out once again. And now Johnson putting all the pressure of that into the bottom of that boot and stepping on the throat of the IZW champion. Mark Wilson so proud, so happy at ringside, enjoying all of this. And now, of course, the moment the referee is turned away, Wilson has to get his 2 cents in. Neil now raking the laces of the boot across the face and the eyes that were already worked over by Wilson. And again, just digging those fingers into the eye. Come on, ref, back him out of there. Johnson now. Johnson with repeated elbows to the midsection of the bull. Johnson, oh, again. This may very well be it right now. Every time it seems like Jermaine Johnson has been able to put together just a couple of moves, Aaron Neil is there to cut that off and to take over once again, to go back to work. And now Neil, corner to corner. The bull charges! And Johnson down. Aaron quick with the pin hook in both legs this time. And I'm almost in a mind of a position to agree with Mark Wilson. That should have been 3. I do not know where Jermaine Johnson found the energy to come out of that one. And now, Neil with the rear chin lock, positioning so much of his upper body across the top of Jermaine Johnson's, compressing those lungs, making it difficult for Johnson to breathe, and forcing him to carry the weight, the substantial weight of Aaron Neil. Johnson trying somehow to get out of this, to turn it sideways, to get a base underneath him. He's done all of those things. And now Johnson firing back at the midsection. Punches and kicks, has broken the hold. Johnson calls for the hype section, ducks the clothesline. Oh, but a spine buster! That's gotta be it! That has got to be it right now. Aaron with the pin, grapevines the leg below! And Mark Wilson is having a conniption fit at ringside. That is why Jermaine Johnson is the IZW champion. Because through it all, despite the sheer all logic pointing to the fact that he should be down, Johnson still gets up. But right now it looks like it's going to be greetings from Mount Olympus. No, Johnson wiggles. Johnson fights. Johnson slides down the back. Johnson with a boot to the midsection. Johnson with clubbing forearms to the head. The hype section has brought the IZW champion back to life. Oh my God, the power of Jermaine Johnson as he muscled Aaron Neil over for a German suplex. And he's trying for a second one. Neil reverses. Neil with a German suplex. And that could well have knocked the wind right out of Jermaine. as Neil trying to muscle him over. Jermaine blocking the attempt on the second one. Both of them have executed one, Jim, and now Jermaine looking like he was going for the roll-up. Oh my! A second one! You want to talk about showing your power and strength. Two huge German suplexes from Jermaine Johnson. And in between absorbing the impact of taking one himself and then right back to the eyes. As now Neil hoists him up once again. Can he pull it off this time? No. 3 attempts at greetings from Mount Olympus. None of them successful. But Johnson in the corner. Johnson looking for the ES2. Neil does not know where the champ is, but he's about to find out. Right there, ES2. Bull down. And that is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Jermaine Johnson.
All the efforts of impacting in the form of Aaron Neil could not pay off tonight as Jermaine Johnson. Last week it was 2-on-1, this week just 1-on-1. Johnson certainly seems to have put the bull out to pasture. And right there, the champ stands tall. And he is calling for the microphone. I think he wants to thank the hype section.
Cut the music! You know what? We do got this tonight, and we got this next week at Coronation. But I don't know about y'all, but I don't think we should wait to Coronation.
What?
I'm looking around. I'm seeing some hype section up in here. And I like to give treats to the members of the hype section. So why wait till March 21st for what we can do right now? I heard you earlier, Johnny Z, talking all your riffraff about how me and Double D overstepped the line, how we crossed you, and how you made us. Well, hey, come make me right now, Johnny Z, because I'm challenging you 1 week before TLC. Bring your pasty punk ass out here so I can beat you down in front of each and every member of the hype section.
Fans, it look like we are not going to have to wait for Coronation, at least for part of it, as Jermaine Johnson has called out the natural born leader.
Don't make my hype section wait. Because if I have to come back there and get you, the ass kicking is gonna be worse, if you know what I mean.
Jermaine Johnson issuing the challenge. Will the former champion answer? And we know that Jermaine Johnson will go get him if he has to. Well, it does appear that we are going to be graced by the presence of the founder, the owner, and the natural-born leader, the self-proclaimed savior of professional wrestling, Johnny Z. At least I think we are. Yes, there he is. There he is in all his glory. Johnny Z doing a whole lot of talking, and Jermaine Johnson wants to do a whole lot of fighting. Johnson holding that rope open. And whoa. Well, we got one in the middle, and I think Johnny Z is about to become the meat in the sandwich that he doesn't want to consume. Johnny Z caught between a rock and a hard place, and he goes right after Double D as the two of them battle their way on the outside. Remember, fans, this is not official yet. Next week, this is what's going to happen, but all three of these men, we know that Double D and Jermaine Johnson are not happy with each other. They have not been happy with each other for a long, long time. And now, in a moment I never thought I'd see, Double D and Johnny Z cooperating and double teaming on, oh! Man! And Johnny Z as well. We know the devastating power of the chops for Double D, but Johnny Z lacing in, and now D says, hey, I've got some for you as well. He wants C out the corner. Oh! John came out of the corner. That wasn't the way that D wanted to see that happen. And now Johnny Z, a one-man wrecking crew. Johnny Z saying he is the next IZW champion, and that very well may be true come next week, March 21st. He is holding his own right now against both Jermaine Johnson and Double D. And admittedly, doing it on his own. Now Johnny Z rolls to the outside. And as he, oh, right there. That belt that is so precious to him. That belt that he has done so many bad things for. And now what? Johnny Z looking under the ring. Johnny Z has found a ladder. And come next week, that's going to be the key to him being what he wants to be, being the next IZW champion. He has got to climb a ladder in order to bring, oh, Johnson! Johnson with a drop kick. And D has found a chair. D has wreaked havoc with steel chairs since making his return back to IZW at Redemption. And Johnny Z laying both of his opponents out with that ladder. And that's the scene you could very well see next week at Coronation. As that ladder is not just a method of transportation, it's also a weapon. Johnny Z says, come next week, he's climbing up, and he's pulling that down.
Johnny Z! Johnny Z! Stop! You stop! You stop!
rocking the IZW world as the two men. Joe with the boot in the corner. Johnny Z with a big boot in the corner. Lays out Jermaine Johnson. And it looks like we're about to repeat history right here as down goes D as well. Johnny Z setting the ladder up just like he could very well do next week.
Check it out, Joe. I become the greatest IZW champion of all time.
And if Johnny Z is able to do what you see him doing right there, he very well could bring that prophecy all the way home. Fans, you've got to be here next week for IZW Coronation, 11 years in the making. Until then, thank you for tuning in, and so long from the Sooner State.
Ladies and gentlemen, with 1 week left to Coronation,